Hey, how you doing? So here's the Monday upload. It's going to be from my kitchen. We worked with the cell phone uh, capturing stuff. We did some stuff out at the spring. That wound up because of the microphone being completely useless. A lot of technical difficulties, but you're going to get some kitchen stuff here nonetheless. And again, obvious problems with the microphone, the ambient noise louder than my talking. So crap microphone. I've obviously got to get an iPhone. There's no way that a Android phone is working for that. Whatever. So here you go. First, I'm demoing the most simple probiotic drink in the world, a lacto-fermented beverage where you basically take cabbage, annihilate it with the blender with water, put it in a jar, cap it, and put it on the shelf. Amazing. I want to do a few other things, and then I demo a soup, which is you can do for a detox program that's going to help your organs because eating blended stuff, your digestive system has to do a lot less work. And so we're just going to leave it at that. And then for the Thursday upload, I'm going to demo making cultured veg, or the way I do it to get a lot done and to make it like very little work. So anyways, here you go. Okay, so I'm going to demo the most simple probiotic drink that you could possibly do. So you get a cabbage, you cut it like basically about a fifth, and I'm going to demo this as if you're using just a basic crap blender, so to speak. So you get roughly your fifth of cabbage, cut it into little pieces. Put that in your blender. Then you fill your blender up the rest of the way with water. And my vitamins leak, so. Okay, and then you just annihilate this. Okay, and so this is basically done. So you just take this, you put it in a jar. And then you cap it. And you put it away. And 3 or 4 days later, you've got basic lacto-fermented beverage. And then I use this a lot of times for other stuff. So we'll come back and check on this. Alright, so there you go with that one. Incredibly simple. You just leave that on the shelf for 3-5 days. Come back. You might want to release the pressure on it. I've had, if you use a mason jar, they're usually fine. Other jars, I've had jars explode from the pressure, so when you're starting to do fermented stuff, you want to release the pressure, you know, and then drink that down. If it's not your taste or you're getting used to it, your body will eventually have you like that taste because it knows it's good. So stick with me. But if and even if you want something that tastes good, put a couple drops of stevia and a bit of lime or lemon in there, and it's yummy. So with that cabbage fermented beverage, you can also just drink it down like Rejuvelac, and then fill it back up with water, and then it goes some more. So here is the demo of a coconut Thai probiotic soup with lots of spicy peppers. Absolutely the top shelf for me. I'm just like having a complete emotional food addiction to like amazing health food. So here we go. The first thing I gotta tell you about is this thing that's been a total game changer for me, is this Native Forest canned organic coconut milk. Now I used to always blend up my coconuts using the real thing because there was never anything available. One of these are just where you basically, you know, mine the meat out and stuff, and that can be kind of a pain in the neck. Well, this, and it's never the consistency of a really good proper coconut milk. So this is a game changer just because CAN is BPA free, it's organic, it's totally amazing. So that's really, so the Native Forest organic coconut milk, and you can get 3 quarts of it for $17. The really normal smaller size cans are $3.49, so it's a really good investment to get into this. And I'm actually buying several of these at a time now. It's become so important in my own program. So anyway, so I'm going to add a lot of things to this soup, and I want to tell you the most important thing within this soup is the coconut milk, the ginger, the garlic, the peppers, and usually and the cultured veg. And so usually I do sprouted stuff in here too, which I kind of blew it. I was in Los Angeles, and I don't have any sprouted stuff right now. So we're going to put all of the cultured veg in there, and that's cabbage. It doesn't really matter what you use. Cabbage and radicchio and some carrots in there. So then we're going to chop up a bit of onions. And I'm trying to do this so that you can do it with your budget blender. So always in the raw food world, or definitely in the raw food world, because garlic has a stronger taste when it's raw, you want to go with equal parts ginger and garlic, unless you want one of them to kind of stick out a little bit. So and again, I'm going to cut these really, really fine so that it's going to work for a regular blender. And you want to always get the garlic in there at the bottom, which I probably should have got that in there first. And then we're going to take some garlic. I personally never too much. I try to get the heavy stuff off. A lot of people claim that this stuff is indigestible. I don't have a problem with it. So just in there, all the garlic goes. I'm probably equal parts now with the ginger and garlic. Okay, so that's that part of it. So none of this is, listen to what I said, none of this is important, all these parts. The most important part is the coconut milk, the ginger, garlic, the miso, and the peppers. So you can put whatever you want in this and it tastes good. So I'm doing some burdock in there. This is the easiest recipe, soup recipe, to like not screw up from like throwing it, because there's no way to throw this unless it's just impossible. This is the perfect no foul technique. It's not a recipe, it's a technique. So the cilantro in there, and then I'm going to go with some turmeric that I got, some raw turmeric. And again, raw turmeric is really cool because usually turmeric's always powdered. And so this one's extra good because it's not concentrated like the powder, but it's got all the life force in there. And that's a big part about being a live foodist as opposed to a raw foodist, and especially the whole difference with being a cooked foodist person. So so normally I have like buckwheat in here, so I want to put some stuff in here to like kind of do that buckwheat kind of thing. So I only have these cashews around because I use them they make a really good dressing and stuff. So I'm going to throw a few cashews in there, a lot actually. And you want to avoid the nuts like in excess amounts because they're like too much omega-6 and the arginine's a little heavy. So, but if you want to be anal like I am, you can offset the arginine with the L-lysine. That balances that out. Where are we at? Okay, so peppers. I'm going to make this really, really hot, and then I'm going to show you how to like take it back. This is total Thai style soup. So So I'm definitely going to make this over hot, like really, really hot, because I want it to, it's a detox recipe. This is detoxing. It's doing this really hot. It's good for your blood. All the like little buggies and wormies and parasites that are in your body, they hate that. So getting it really hot, and then you take it back. Oh, that one's no good. You take it back with the sweet so that you can get it past your tongue, and then you'll really feel it. So there we go with that. And then we're going to use these Thai chilies too. I'm not going to use too many of those, the bird's eye chilies. I got these from Mountain Rose Herbs, as you can tell by the label. That's a lot. This is going to be fucking really, 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 really hot. But we're going to fix it with the stevia at the end. What am I looking for? The miso. So someone was asking me about miso, non-GMO miso. I'm using this certified organic Eden Hacho miso. The reason I have this is because I've been really into Trude Calkins' seaweed recipe. So I'm just going to get a bunch of that out of there and just get it on in there. I've never experienced a time where you can get too much miso going on. It's really yummy. So the other thing I'm going to add, again, none of this is like essential. I already told you the basics of this is what it is. So I'm going to throw a bunch of Star West Botanicals kelp in there to make it more nutritious. I'm going to get some more fats in there too. Extra coconut butter. Too much is okay. I don't adhere to the like no fat, low fat. I'm 50 years old. Experienced a lot of breakdowns with the whole low fat mentality. I do not subscribe to that for 1 second. Alright, I'm going to put some more salt in there too, just for the hell of it, because I don't go screaming heavy on the salt, but I do like it for the minerals and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of a situation that's half a dozen of one and 6 of the other. People for it, people against it. The miso's already salty, so we don't need a lot of that in there. And then I'm just going to do that. I'm going to get this over to the blender. This is a big trick for people with a crap blender of doing this, like flicking it on and off to get it to turn over when it gets to this stuck point. And this is just totally aromatic and smelling so totally awesome. I'm going to try this again. And I've got it totally like thickened up. So it's like too thick now. So this is what you do if you had a crap blender. Is just take a bunch of it to the side. And I already know it's like way too hot. I'm going to taste it. Surprisingly not for me. So if it's too hot for you, put some stevia in there or some kind of sweetener. I prefer stevia because I'm on a body ecology diet. So I'm going to do this one more time. So anyways, here we go with the whole like cool part of it. This is the brewer's yeast I use because it's grown on sugar beets and it's a good kind to use. It's high, super high in B vitamins. Totally awesome. So I just like that in there. Gonna put some chlorella and some spirulina in there. A little chlorella right there. spirulina right there. I do not mix them up because they taste totally different if you like do this technique I'm talking about, where you when you eat it, you dip and you take little bits of stuff. You don't want to blend everything, especially when you're doing a blended soup routine for weeks on end. I'm planning on going right into December with this. So you don't want to blend everything because you want to emotionally satisfy yourself. I'm just putting olive oil on there now. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, again, just for this sort of, where's my salt, my salt, what did I do with
Salt's
it?
right here.
So I'm going to put a few little bits of some salt in there on top, because what I'm going to do with my spoon when I eat it, there we go, it's over in that corner, is I'm going to get little bits of that. A little bit of black pepper in there. And so the other thing that's really amazing if you're doing a blended soup, this is not really so much a blended part of it, but it's a whole kind of different deal where you can just, if you're doing like what I'm doing, you just make sure that this mint is really well chewed, because a part of my protocol that I'm doing is a liver gallbladder cleanse. And this is really probably okay because you're still mostly getting all this blended up food, but this really adds a beautiful, emotionally satisfying constituent to your food. And so here you go. This is my raw Thai ginger soup. Okay, so like I said, the way that you would go about this, never mix this up. Definitely do not. So you go in there, you get a little bit of mint, you get a little bit of brewer's yeast, you get a little bit of that salt, and there you go. And then you get that, and that it's going to be amazing, and you'll totally be able to go blend it for like months with eating that. And that's absolutely brilliant. And there's no sour constituent in there, so what you can do with that is you can go ahead and cut up a lime, because limes are super ultra Thai. And again, don't want to mix it up. I just get these things all around in there on the top. How you eat these soups is just as important as how you prepare them. And I've been around people that's like, the first thing they want to do is stir all this up. No way. This is like, this is pure heaven. There's nothing about this that's discipline. This is complete emotional satisfaction. So, like I say, this is where we're gonna go and get a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, some of that salt. That is absolute pure heaven. So anyways, get out of here. I'm going to eat this up. I'll talk to you later. So extra special thanks to Jason for filming this. Especially he knows how much I like the weird camera sideways angles and some of the weird stuff in there to fuck with your sensibilities. You know how much I like to do that. And don't forget to support me by supporting my music. Like this video, subscribe, comment. Links in the drop down box for the music, videos, all kinds of stuff. Have a good day.